Hey Eagle fans, I'm Thomas Mott. Welcome into Philadelphia Eagles Now, and today it's a News and Rumor Monday. Some good news, by the way, because of course we normally do a reaction Monday, but they didn't play yesterday because they already won on Thursday. So it's a happy Monday here on Philadelphia Eagles Now. We start with happy and good news. How about some good injury news? Do you want some good injury news about Philadelphia? I know you do, because goodness gracious, it's been abysmal. And we'll start with Jalen Reagor. Remember him? The first-round draft pick for Philadelphia, who everyone was very excited about to see play. And then he suffers a thumb injury in week 2, have not seen him since. Well, he could be back in the next couple of weeks. You got to remember, same thumb injury as Drew Brees, the same one that knocked Brees out last year for like 5 games. Bridgewater came in. But it looks like Reagor is returning at a faster pace and could be good to go after the bye week, which is 3 weeks from now. So it's Dallas, bye, and then Giants. So that Giant matchup there in November could be the first time we see Reagor again since week 2, which I can't wait to see him again. There's a lot of rookie wide receivers who are playing well right now, and the Eagles need Reagor out there, not just because they need help at wide receiver, but also because all these other rookie receivers, Justin Jefferson, Chase Claypool, have been looking really, really good. And so let's validate wasting that first-round draft pick on Jalen Reagor. Should we? Here's a tweet from John Clark, NBC in Philadelphia, giving you the update. Quote, "Some good news today. I'm told Cass is off Reagor's thumb, and he's catching balls. He is ahead of schedule. Original timeline was he was hopefully returning after the bye week, November 15th. We will see." So, if he is really ahead of schedule, then maybe it's not after the bye week. Maybe it is the Dallas game on Sunday. I think that's a little bit of a stretch. With the way that the bye week works, I think regardless of this timeline, that November 15th matchup could be the real potential one against the New York Giants coming up the next couple of weeks. Got to remember, Philadelphia has been needing wide receivers for a while. I do think that some of these young guys are finding their place in the offense. Fulgham has been good. Now, he's been a lot better in the fourth quarter than he has been in the first quarter. They need to give him more looks at wide receiver early on, but he still has basically supplanted himself as the number 1 wide receiver. He'll still get touches regardless of whenever Jeffrey and Reagor come back. Ward obviously still there. Hightower is getting that deep ball. He's open for those deep balls. He needs to catch a little bit more. And then, of course, DeSean Jackson, your 4th leading receiver right now in Philadelphia. And this whole Reagor news comes off of the fact that DeSean Jackson is going to be out for a while with that significant ankle injury, that cheap shot you saw on Thursday night. He's going on IR, and he's going to be done for probably the next 4 to 6 weeks, just based on the way that the ankle injury is going to go ahead and look. So good news for overall for Reagor coming back. He was activated today from IR in terms of the 21-day window, which basically means they have 21 days to bring him back or put him on season-ending IR. So it's very clear he's going to be back sooner rather than later. So hopefully he comes back, gets those reps with Carson Wentz, and the Eagles, who, with Dallas losing, are, poised to make a run here for a playoff spot. They could have one of their young wide receivers, who hopefully could be the best receiver on this team, back and ready to rock by the time postseason comes around in terms of, the chemistry with Carson Wentz. Who is the most important wide receiver on the roster right now? I want to see what you guys think down below in the comment section. There'll be a pinned comment. Give me who's the most important receiver. Is it Reagor? Is it Jackson? Is it Fulgham? Is it High? I mean, there are a lot of wide receivers right now. I want your response down below. I'll be responding to you as well down below there with the pinned comment in the comment section. Let's go to some more news here. And before we get to that, I did mention the Cowboys coming up and how the Cowboys lost on Sunday, which, good for Philadelphia. Though Washington winning is kind of bad for the Eagles. But Dallas is struggling, and the Eagles get Dallas, at their worst right now on Sunday. So Sunday Night Football, your first look here, a little preview with the matchup with the Cowboys. This is a game the Eagles should be able to win. I think will win on Sunday night. We'll talk more about this as the week goes by. But if you guys want to get ahead and bet on this game and win some money, do it with our friends at BetUS. Chatsports.com/EaglesBet is the website link to use, and then use the promo code Eagles125, our special gift to you, to get a 125% deposit bonus whenever you first sign up. So again, if you want to bet on this game, and right now the line's about, probably going to be at 3.5. It could be changing a little bit more, but obviously the Eagles are going to be favorites, in my opinion, for this game, and so, win some money by betting with our friends at BetUS. Okay, let's go to some trade news here, because you're going to hear a lot of trade news in the coming days and weeks, and we're going to do another video on Wednesday to update you on the latest trade rumors. But we're getting conflicting arguments about what Philly's going to do, because the deadline, of course, is 8 days away on November 3rd. So we have heard reports that the Eagles would be buyers at the trade deadline. Jason La Canfora, NFL Network, said Eagles are for sure buyers. Then Schefter has come out, and I think Jay Glazer from Fox has said the Eagles will be sellers at the deadline. So what do we do, right? There's disparity here. Are they going to be buyers? Are they going to be sellers? I think the answer is yes. They could be both. I think that they will make a move, and the question is, will they make a big move in terms of trading one of their guys, or a big move in terms of getting a big name player like Julio Jones, or a small move like a linebacker or an offensive lineman? I think linebacker and offensive lineman make a ton of sense, and former Eagles president of player personnel Joe Banner agrees. He was asked about this a couple of days ago, and Joe said, quote, "Well, I know for sure the Eagles have had conversations with teams about offensive linemen and linebackers that they are interested in acquiring in a trade, so that contradicts the notion that they're going to be consequential sellers." Now, I don't think it. Well, it doesn't contradict the idea, but I think the Eagles are going to be neither buyers nor sellers. I think that they will be both. If they have a good trade that can benefit them, whether it's selling or buying, they're going to go ahead and do it, because we got to be honest, Philadelphia, as you stand right now, needs help at linebacker, because you look at the guy at a linebacker depth chart, which gets TJ Edwards back probably the next couple of weeks, which is good, but still, we've talked about it for months. It's a very weak linebacking core, but also needs some help on the offensive line, which has been better than I thought they would with all the injuries. Still bad, but they're not abysmal. I mean, they're still very bad, but they're not terrible. But both of these options are two spots Philadelphia could go ahead and look at adding to. Here are your top trade targets at those positions, according to myself. Zach Cunningham, the linebacker of the Texans, and Avery Williamson, the linebacker for the Jets, I think makes a lot of sense. And then you got Jamon Brown, the offensive lineman in, I think he's in Atlanta, and then Joe Tooney, who's been reportedly, rumored to go to Philadelphia for months now. The Patriots. Patriots could be sellers at the deadline because they've been terrible this year and got obliterated by San Francisco. Nonetheless, Philadelphia might even be forced to be sellers just because we sit at the top of the NFC East, and a big win against Dallas on Sunday puts the Eagles in the driver's seat to not only win the division but host a playoff game, which should be good news for everybody involved. Name a player you guys want the Eagles to go ahead and trade for. I want to see what you guys think here in terms of which one trade for, or even trade. If you want to trade Zach Ertz or something like that, let me know right now down below in the comments section. And also make sure you guys are subbed for the latest trade news, because if a trade happens, it'll be this week. Like, it could be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We'll cover it on Philadelphia Eagles Now, so make sure you guys are subbed. Final bit of news here, more good injury news. Jason Peters could be coming back as soon as this weekend, possibly after the bye week as well, as he has been activated from on the 21-day practice list with guys like Reagor and TJ Edwards, and there was one more player I'm blanking on right now. It might be Marcus Epps. Either way, Peters is going to be coming back sooner rather than later from that toe injury that had him go on injured reserve. The question is, where do you play Jason Peters? Because right now, Philadelphia has retooled the offensive line, and I don't think you put him at left tackle. I think you put Peters at right guard, and that shores up a lot of issues you've had on the right side of the offensive line ever since Brandon Brooks went down in training camp. Here was NJ.com on Peters saying, quote, "While guard makes the most sense, the person who may have the biggest voice is Peters himself. He was the one who did not move to left tackle until he received his raise, and his past performance has garnered the respect of the Eagles organization. If Peters says that he wants to play left tackle, he most likely winds up there, even if it's not the best thing for the offensive line and the offense." I disagree with this. Mailata's been good enough to hold the left side down, and I think Mailata getting reps is great for the future, because you don't know what Andre Dillard is going to give you coming off of another big injury done for the entire year. I want Mailata at left tackle. I think Mailata and Urbig have done a very good job on the left side. Kelsey stays at center, and then you can move things around at right guard. Let me ask you this. Where would you guys play Peters? Let me know down below. I think you play him at right guard. If you play him at right guard or left tackle, I'll hear from you guys and comment with you down below. But as I was saying, I think right guard has been the big issue here. And if Johnson can stay healthy, in which, kind of hit or miss this year, you could have a pretty, let's just say, good offensive line based on all the injuries that you've had. Now, not as good as if Brandon Brooks was there and Sam Ollie was there, but I like Mailata, Urbig, Kelsey, Peters at right guard, because he was originally going to play right guard before the injuries, and then, of course, Lane Johnson at right tackle. That, to me, is a good enough offensive line to win some big football games coming up here in Philadelphia. So we'll see what happens, but overall, for a Monday where we're normally breaking down the game or really bad injury news, Philadelphia's got some pretty good injury news. If Reagor can come back, that'll be huge. Obviously, Jason Peters could add some depth and some experience there in the offensive line. And who knows, there could be some new Eagles on the way at the trade deadline. Philadelphia needs to be smart, but I think active, and I'm predicting right now, a move will be made, whether that's selling or buying, I don't know, but they're going to do something in terms of making a deal here coming up at the deadline. All time we have for today here on Philadelphia Eagles Now. I want to keep you guys updated on the latest Eagles news and rumors, as we always do. I'm Thomas Mott, your host, signing off. Enjoy the rest of your day.